All right, so get this. We're diving into reality bubbles today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the idea that what we think is real
Okay.
might be, like, way more limited than we realize.
I like it.
It's from this article.
Mhm.
It starts off with this idea that two people can experience the same world in totally different ways, which
No.
kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, that's a fascinating question, isn't it? What shapes our perception
Right.
of the world, and how much are we missing?
Yeah, and it's not just like a philosophical thing. They actually talk about how
Yeah.
our senses, like, literally
Right.
only pick up a tiny fraction of what's out there.
It's true. Yeah, like think about it. Our senses, sight, hearing,
Right.
they only capture a small part of the full spectrum of information, of reality that's out there.
So it's kind of like we're looking through this tiny keyhole
Yeah.
and trying to understand this, like, giant...
Exactly. We only have a few pieces.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out what the whole picture is.
Exactly. And our brains...
We're like constantly bombarded with.
Yeah, bombarded, filtering, prioritizing.
Right.
Based on what we've experienced before, our culture, our beliefs, so much is going on.
So two people standing in the same room could be having like totally different experiences.
Completely. And they might not even realize it. That's the crazy part.
The article uses this example of bees seeing ultraviolet patterns on flowers
Yeah.
that we can't even see,
Right. Invisible to us.
which is kind of freaky when you think about it. Like, what else are we missing?
Exactly. Yeah. What else is out there that we don't even know we're not seeing?
And they talk about this idea, too, that like, imagine someone who grew up like in a remote village somewhere.
Right.
No internet, no...
Totally different reality.
Right, totally different.
And understanding of the world.
So even in 2025, we've got all these different realities side by side.
Coexisting, yeah. More common than you think. And it's not just like geographical either, right? They talk about like online echo chambers.
Oh, huge, especially now with the way information is spread.
Right, like you're only seeing stuff.
Yeah, curated just for you.
That reinforces what you already believe.
Exactly, you're in this bubble.
It's like these filter bubbles.
Filter bubbles, yeah, you said it.
That we're all kind of trapped in.
Yeah, it's like we're filtering out anything that might challenge our worldview.
Right, they use these examples of like flat earthers.
Oh, right.
And people who believe that vaccines are dangerous.
Yeah, and it's hard to break out of those bubbles even when you present evidence.
Right, because your brain wants to...
Your brain wants to hold on to what's familiar, even if it's not accurate.
Right, cling to those familiar ideas.
It's comfortable, you know?
Yeah, it's like, what reality bubbles am I in?
It makes you wonder, right?
I don't even know about.
Exactly. It's kind of unsettling.
Yeah, but it also makes you think like, okay, I need to be more critical.
Absolutely. Critical thinking is key. Questioning our assumptions, seeking out diverse perspectives.
Right, different viewpoints. And they talk about how throughout history, like, science has always been shattering our assumptions.
It's a constant process of discovery and revision.
Right, like the whole idea that the Earth was the center of the universe.
Oh, yeah, the geocentric model. Yeah, for centuries, people believed that.
Until Copernicus came along.
Copernicus blew everyone's mind.
And said, no,
It's the sun, we're revolving around the sun.
It's the sun we're revolving around.
Totally flipped our understanding.
So what we think is true today could be, like, totally wrong tomorrow.
It's very possible, which is humbling, isn't it?
It is, but also kind of exciting.
Yeah. It means there's always more to learn.
Yeah, there's always more to discover.
Yeah, and that's what keeps pushing us beyond our limits.
And speaking of pushing boundaries, that's where AI and VR come in, right?
Oh, yeah. That's where things get really interesting.
The article talks about how these technologies might be giving us glimpses beyond our current reality bubbles.
They're like tools, almost like extensions of our senses.
Right, especially AI with its ability to analyze so much data.
Yeah. AI can see patterns that we just can't.
It's like a whole new way of looking at the universe.
It really is. It's like having a new set of eyes.
They mention AI being used to, like, discover new antibiotics.
Oh, yeah.
Detect distant planets, and even, like,
It's
predict how proteins fold.
It's mind-boggling.
Which is crazy.
It is. It really makes you think, what else can AI see?
Right. If it can perceive stuff that we're totally blind to, what does that say about
Exactly.
the nature of reality?
Could there be layers of information embedded in the world
Yeah.
that we're just not equipped to see?
That's a really good question.
It is, yeah.
And then there's VR, which is like
blurring the lines, right?
blurring the lines between digital and physical.
Between what's real and what's simulated.
Right.
It's incredible.
You can experience whole different worlds.
Different worlds, different identities.
Different identities, yeah.
And it all feels real in the moment.
It makes you question what real even means.
It does. It really challenges our assumptions.
Okay, hold on. We're going to need to dive deeper into AI and VR.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where things get really mind-blowing.
Let's do it. Let's explore how these technologies are reshaping our understanding of reality.
Yeah, because it's not just about expanding our knowledge. It's
about reshaping it altogether.
Reshaping reality itself.
Absolutely. So AI and VR, what's really interesting is how they challenge what's real.
Right. Like if an AI can discover a new
Yes.
antibiotic that saves lives, or if we feel real emotions in a virtual world, does it even matter?
Exactly.
That it didn't happen in the physical world?
It makes you question the whole notion of what's real.
Yeah, because like so much of what we call reality is just our brain interpreting signals, right?
Right, electrical signals, yeah.
So what if those signals could come from a computer program?
That's exactly the kind of question the article explores.
Okay.
It dives into quantum mechanics.
Oh, wow.
Which suggests a universe where things exist in multiple states at once.
Okay, now we're getting into like sci-fi territory here.
I know, it's mind-bending.
So it's saying like just observing something changes it.
Yeah, the act of observation.
Oh.
Like our consciousness is somehow intertwined with reality.
So the world is really that strange.
Well, science is all about pushing those boundaries of what we thought was possible.
Like we used to think disease was caused by bad air.
Exactly, miasma theory.
Until germ theory came along.
Right. So who knows what we'll discover next?
So our current understanding of reality could be totally limited.
It's very likely.
And it's not just science, right? The article also talks about how culture and language
absolutely
shape how we see things.
Yeah, like some languages don't even have words for certain colors.
Right, so people literally see colors differently.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like imagine someone who navigates by the stars compared to someone using GPS.
Totally different understanding of space and direction.
Even though they might be standing in the same place.
Exactly, yeah.
So our reality bubble, it's not just our biology, it's our culture too.
It's a combination of factors.
Which makes you think, like, are there ways of experiencing the world that we can't even imagine?
That's where AI and VR become really powerful.
Okay.
They can help us step outside of those cultural boundaries.
And maybe even biological ones.
Possibly. What if we could perceive magnetic fields like birds?
Whoa.
Or experience the world through echolocation?
That would be insane.
The article compares the universe to a video game.
Okay.
What if our current reality is just the tutorial level?
Ooh, I like that.
And there are whole new levels waiting to be unlocked.
So this reality bubble thing, it's not a limitation, it's like a challenge.
Exactly. It's an invitation to explore.
But are there risks with all this?
Of course, every powerful technology has its downsides.
Right.
Like AI algorithms could be biased.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
And VR, people could get lost in virtual worlds.
And neglect real life.
Exactly.
So it's not just about blindly embracing new tech.
We need to be thoughtful, yeah.
It's about how we use it.
And what impact it has on society.
So we need, like, critical thinking, ethical awareness.
Absolutely.
Maybe a sense of adventure.
I love that, a sense of adventure.
Can navigate all these new realities.
Well said. As we keep talking, let's explore how to cultivate those qualities.
Yeah.
To make sure this journey beyond the reality bubble is positive and enriching.
So it feels like we're on the edge of something big.
Oh, yeah.
But it comes with a lot of questions, too.
Absolutely. We can't just think about the what of it.
Right.
It's also the why and how.
Well, why and the how.
What do we hope to gain from all this?
Right. And how can we make sure it's a good thing for everyone?
Exactly. For humanity as a whole.
The article talks about, like, algorithms being biased.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
As if they learn from the data they're given.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
And people getting lost in virtual worlds.
Yeah, too much of a good thing can be bad.
So new technology isn't always good or bad.
It's how we use it.
It reflects our values.
And our intentions.
So if we want these advancements to be good, we need to be really mindful of who's making these systems.
Absolutely. And what assumptions they might have.
And who's benefiting.
And who's being left out.
We might even need a whole new way of thinking.
I think so. A shift in mindset.
If we want to break free from these bubbles,
we need to be open to different viewpoints.
To be open to questioning everything we think we know.
Exactly.
And the article suggests we can start doing that now.
Oh, yeah, we don't need fancy tech for this.
We can seek out different perspectives.
Challenge our own biases.
Be curious about the world outside our bubble.
It's all about being mindful.
So, the information we take, the people we talk to,
the way we think.
It's realizing that what we think is true could change tomorrow.
It's a constant evolution.
It's kind of scary, but also exciting.
It is. It means there's always more to discover.
Yeah, that we don't have all the answers.
Exactly.
And that line from the article about this just being the tutorial level.
Oh, I love that analogy.
Really got me thinking.
It makes you wonder what else is out there.
What new senses we might develop.
What limitations we might overcome.
It's like a call to action.
It is, to explore. To challenge ourselves.
To shape the future of reality.
And we can start right now.
We don't have to wait.
One curious thought at a time.
So to our listeners, what realities are you ready to explore?
What assumptions are you willing to challenge?
Keep those questions in mind as you go about your day.
Because reality is more amazing than we can imagine.
And as this deep dive has shown, the journey is just beginning.